What's good, beautiful people? It's your girl, Ashley Janae, and it's time for my Friday 5. This is the series where I give you a few of the things that I love and I've learned on my journey towards self-mastery that you can take with you in your everyday practice, whether it's in your personal life or your business. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, smash that like button if you find value in this video. I love seeing all of your comments, all your questions, all your concerns. It's a lot of people doing a 28-day detox, so I just want to give you a big shout out and tell you that I see you and I appreciate you. Let's jump right into it this week. All right, so for our book this week, I'm going to be talking about The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle is a man who went through a lot of struggles with depression and even suicide until he came to a spiritual awakening. I was first introduced to Mr. Tolle by Oprah Winfrey several years ago, and unfortunately it wasn't under pleasant circumstances, because I was in a room with other individuals and he came on the television and someone made a negative comment like, there goes this weird guy, or here goes this guru spiritual, and they said it in a negative way. And so I kind of disregarded the information for a while and never even looked into what this man was about. But I had finally picked up his book a few years later and watched a couple of the interviews, and honestly, mind blowing. He talks about the things that each and every human on this earth has to deal with, and that's learning how to be still, not physically but mentally. And it's one of the hardest practices that you can learn, but he gives you a lot of great insights on how to first start by separating yourself and your identity from your mind and understanding who's in control of your life. It's really interesting, super insightful, and I think you'll pick up a lot of gems from this book. He helped me start looking more into meditation practices and things like that. Really awesome book. Now, if you want to pick up the audiobook, it is read by the author. It's a little bit slower paced, so I wouldn't suggest reading it while you're super sleepy, but it's an excellent read. It's a book that I had to read several times just to make sure I got all of the information and the little nuggets of wisdom, but man, so worth it. The Power of Now. And you can guess by the title some of the foundation for the book, helping us to focus on now and not so much stay stuck in the past or stuck looking at a future that has not yet come. Really amazing book, and I suggest that you pick it up. Up next, a song. Actually, this song is about Mr. Eckhart Tolle's book, and it's by a young woman named Janine. It's called This Moment. And she, in her song, says that she was inspired basically to write the song after listening to the book. And of course, in line with the book, it's all about casting off your cares for so much of the clutter that happens in our mind because we're inundated with the life that has already happened or the life that we want. And it's really about focusing on the right here and now. Really awesome song. She has a beautiful voice, so I encourage you, check that song out. Up next, a business that I want to talk about is very new to me, and I have not yet got a product because I've ordered it, but it's on pre-order. And the company I'm talking about is called Inda. Inda is a shoe manufacturing company from Kenya, and it's amazing. They specialize in running shoes, and they have two types of running shoes. They started a Kickstarter campaign several years ago, and they were overwhelmed with amazing support for their first shoe, and it was a huge success. And they doubled down on their engineering, doubled down on the comfort, took all the feedback about the needs of runners who are doing more long distance and endurance type of things, and then made a new shoe called the La Petite, and it's on order. And that's actually the shoe that I'm waiting on, so I can't give you a review yet, but just reading the story and watching the interviews about how this company came to life, how they pulled together their resources and made a dream into a reality, was so completely inspiring that is the business I want to shout out this week. Up next, a self-care practice, if you can guess, kind of like from the tone of where we're going so far, This week's self-care practice is something that I've been doing for a few years now, and there's no really way to say, oh, I've mastered it, because this type of practice is a continual growth practice where you're always learning more about yourself. And that self-care practice is meditation. Now, there are a lot of people who will give you so many definitions of meditation. I'm going to give you a very, very simple definition. Meditation is the practice of quieting the mind through 1, focused concentration, and 2, being alone. Now, you don't have to only be alone when you meditate, but if you are a beginner, if you're just starting out, I would suggest you find somewhere to sit with yourself. Don't do it while you're cleaning the house, washing the dishes, watching TV. Of course, not while you're watching TV, but it's something that you want to do. And it really becomes a muscle in your daily practice when you do it at the same time of day on the same day of the week. If you want to start out just once a day or once a week, that's okay. If you want to start for just 1 minute or 5 minutes, it's not the quantity of time that you try to practice meditating, but it's the quality of time. And one tip that I always give to people is, number 1, do not try to tell your mind stop thinking, because you are being active in telling your mind to stop thinking. It's learning how to be still with your thoughts, allow your thoughts to come and go without judgment and without interference. And when you get to a place where you can be still with yourself and you push all those things out the way, it really opens up an entire new world of possibilities of where you can go in learning about yourself. And that is the goal of meditation. True enlightenment really is learning about yourself and being connected with spirit. Meditation is not a religious practice. It's not connected to necessarily a certain sect of religion, though it can be popular with certain religions. But you don't have to be a religious person to practice meditation. Meditation is not prayer. It's not worship. It's not any of those things, because all those things take an active mind. And like Eckhart Tolle really stresses, we have to learn how to separate our identity and ourselves, our being, from the mind, and understand how to control the mind. And we really don't have control over the mind until we learn how to turn off the mind. When you have true control of your mind, you're able to turn it on and turn it off at your own will. It's really an amazing practice, and it teaches you so much about yourself, and it shows you really how dependent you can become on entertainment and external tangible things, something to do, something to think about, a list to make, and things like that. So meditation is a really amazing self-care practice. I actually created an entire video on meditation, affirmation, and mantras, and I'll link it for you in the description box below so you can go check that out. And I'll probably put it at the end of this video, but it's definitely something worth looking into. So I hope you incorporate that into your self-care practice this week. And last but not least is a quote. This quote is by a woman named Marie Kondo, or also known as KonMari. She's a Japanese author and organizing specialist. And she's written several books all about, tidying up your space and just organizing your whole life. And this is a quote that I want to leave with you from her. In order to cherish the things that you truly love, you first have to let go of the things that have outlived their purpose in your life. And simply what that means is making room for the new. And sometimes we're creatures of comfort, and it's comfortable to have the things that have been with us for so long, whether they're good for us, serving us, or not. We all know someone, or even we do this ourselves, where we hold on to clothes that we can't fit anymore. We hold on to relationships that aren't healthy for us anymore. We hold on to old friends. We hold on to old knickknacks and possessions. We hold on to things that are no longer serving a purpose in our life, but we also are cluttered and surrounded by these things, so much so that we don't have room for anything new, for anything that will expand us or grow us. So if you want to grow, if you want to try new things, learn new things, receive new amazing gifts into your life, first let go of some of the things that are not serving you. First let go of some of the things that are no longer helping you. And that can be hard to do, but it's so worth it. So I encourage you to take an inventory of your life. Look around just your space. Look around your circle of friendships and see, is this serving me? Am I holding on to it out of comfort, out of necessity, out of just because I'm used to it? Why am I holding on to this, and how is it serving me? When you let go of those old things, you truly make room for the things that serve you best and add to your life. That's it for this week. Let me know in the comment section below which one of my Friday 5 that you like the best, and let me know always, what kind of books are you reading right now? You know, that's one of my favorite things I always ask you on this channel. What kind of books are you reading? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you again for stopping by my channel. Please turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a thing. If you haven't subscribed already, why not? Go ahead and subscribe. Smash that like button. I appreciate you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video, family. Peace. Did you know I picked out a video just for you? Really, I did. I put it right here. Click it. Click it right now so you can check it out. Just for you.